come on, be a bit optimistic.
Oh, no.
As long
Give
as
him a month.
we don't do anything stupid and we have good lawyers, we can manage anything under True Crystal.
I believe that. For most people, I mean...
Prøv lige at se, om der er en dogtag katteskade.
I'm not sure if there is, but I think there might be.
Yeah, probably.
There's a tattoo for it, but I don't think there's actually a prop or a thing.
Oh.
I mean, I trust Crystal. It's more about Rudy and that kid over there. You know, it's when they don't know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
I heard he got arrested or got set free.
The old mole business.
Mole business?
Yeah, Rudy told me that he thinks there might be a mole in the gang.
That guy, or...?
I'm not quite sure. I have two suspects, so to say.
Well, is it one of the members, or is it one of the prospects, or what?
One of the new guys, but I also talked with Crystal about it, and, you know, Rafael here hasn't really joined, and is a bit too young to be working for the police, I would say, so...
How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
19.
Damn.
Yeah, see, at that age, he wouldn't even have passed police kindergarten, no less police academy.
And at that age, he's scared of guns.
The police, they pulled me over, and some police officer, she asked me if I want to be undercover police, and I earned 100,000 in a year, and I said no.
Oh, don't even joke about it, man. You just got your
I would
best.
take that deal in a heartbeat.
She just pulled me over, and I just said I spend a lot of time down here, and then she just asked.
Come on, don't even joke about it. You just got that west, and now you're gonna try and get it off again.
I mean, I'm not. It wasn't the. Okay, I'm just shutting up. I'll go look to the bike.
Yeah, you take care of it.
Well.
But yeah, I think Rudy mentioned that long before that kid showed up, so I don't think it's that kid. But
Hvad hedder den der slitte en der?
Rat's bike. Pardon?
Someone lower than him or a member? They have like
at this rate,
7 members, I think.
At this rate, it might already be someone who's gotten past the prospect stage.
Yeah, Crystal's hiring people too quickly.
Well, that's...
I think the last person who got member didn't even do a crime to get it. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think. I think he set up a deal. No, maybe he did do a crime. I think he set up a deal, which I guess is criminal, but you know, it's setting up a deal, talking to people.
Yeah,
It's not really anything.
It's not like theft or murder or larceny or vandalism. It's just, hey, I know how to get some stuff. Let's buy it.
Yeah.
Hang on, I just need to eat something quick.
What was that kid's name? Hey, kid!
Rafael.
Put your gun down and come here.
What up, Shen?
Put your gun down.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay. And then, tell me, what did you do to become prospect?
Rafael here?
The prospect?
Yeah, what did you do to get your rank?
I shot at the police and stole a bike. I tried to steal a bike, but I didn't succeed. And then I shot at the police and yeah.
Yeah, I had a wait down here earlier.
Thought that matters, isn't it?
I mean, are you proud of me, Shen?
I sure am. But hey.
Yeah.
I'm
proud of you.
Okay, thank you, Shen.
But yeah, hey.
But for to become a member, you'll have to murder someone. I promise.
Murder someone?
Yep.
Who?
Not sure yet.
Yeah, Shen has to Shen has to decide, I guess.
That's crazy.
Alice Forrest.
Alex.
She's, I don't even know.
Alice.
I don't even know who that is.
She's in prison right now, so
gonna have to wait until she gets out.
Who are she? Oh, who are the?
She killed a member of the Lost. She killed a little guy who was like, oh yeah, I can do a task and rank up, and I can be a working class member. And then he became a drunk and a terrible person, got offed.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's in prison for murder, I think, or for offering him, I believe. I don't know. I mean, if she gets out anytime soon.
Hey, maybe that maybe that member guy who you said hadn't done any crime to get his membership. Maybe you could get him to shoot that Alice fellow. I mean, kid's just fucking 19. Gotta get him to the ropes first. Get him to peddle some meth.
He might not even be a member. He might be prospect. He might be lying to. Not this kid. The other guy. Maybe he's prospect. Maybe he's not member yet.
Heard on the grapevine that he got promoted for some weapons deal. I do agree that does seem kind of fishy, but.
I mean, if Crystal wants to promote him, it's Crystal's well-being.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. We have a couple of people who are members who haven't officially killed. We took in a lot of people before. We have from either really far back, where we didn't do any of that hard stuff. I mean, I don't know if you killed people, Skipper. I assume you have in your day.
Back in my day, but I ended up in. Well, it's been a while. The last time I killed something, it was a dog, and that was weird as fuck. I was like...
Yeah, we have a couple of people who are members just because they were with Ride or Die before Crystal took ownership.
Yeah, and in my case, I was just like, not kind of Ride or Die, but I was like part of my own little gang that I ran. Just me and a couple of guys. I have an old photo in my wallet.
Sometimes you can just tell who deserves it and who doesn't. Let me think. Okay.
Here you go. But yeah, that was the crew down back in the... That's me.
Which one's you?
Oh, the guy with the guy with the ponytail and the dark hair.
Okay, so you kept your ponytail your whole life.
Well, no, I wasn't born with one. But at some point I just sort of started saying, fuck it. It looks good. It's a good way to suddenly change your hairstyle when you need to, look different. But for the most time, I end up getting hair on my face, so I just have it in a ponytail.
I feel that.
But yeah, I just became my little gang there. We couldn't do much, so it ended up being part of the Lost. Sort of assimilated into it, and I got to be road captain. And there was that ride or die conflict thing, and. Well, lost a couple of guys of my crew in that one too, but heard it's over now, and I hope that's the case.
I mean, I nearly killed Rudy during that, so, and he's Sergeant Arms, I think now. So
yeah,
it's in the past for most people, aka those who are not prospects. If you're a prospect, it's very much maybe in your future.
Let's hope shit doesn't escalate. Well, now it's quiet, and for the most part, as long as we play it smart, we can do our own shit out here. As long as we play it smart. Of course, if we end up getting up in another gang war, the police might stuff like the wait we had earlier is gonna.
Skipper.
Pardon?
I want to ask you a question.
Feel free.
If you were, let's say, you were a high-level Lost member. You asked a low-level, really low-level, to go find out some things from the police. You would expect them to go a bit more than ask, wouldn't you?
I would say that depends on the kind of information you're looking from the police.
A murderer.
Looking
so you wanted to find the name of a murderer.
Yeah. Is this about Deegan?
Yes.
Well. Oh shit. In that situation, well. I don't know which officers were part of the case, but I heard there was a security guy involved. Might start off asking him some questions. And second matter is, of course, finding the name of the people who did it, and
one of Alex's characters calling you, by the way, he's calling Skipper.
Shit, I hadn't seen. Oh.
We have the names now, the name singular. You might want to get that. I mean...
Anyway, the thing is, the guilty parties, well...
I mean, so far, according from what we know from the questioning, police arrested Alice Forrest for the murder of Deegan.
Oh, that's
but
why.
How would a Lost member get that information out of a cop? Well, they would ask them, probably.
Well, how do you have that information?
Well, because I have the Lost members who ask. But I don't know. If I was back at a member of or a prospect and a Lost Vice Prez asking me to do that, that cop would be bedridden for the next 30 days. Just getting that information, you know? Your phone call. It's vibrating, I can hear it.
Alright, just a moment then. Ja, hallo, det er Skipper.
Hey Skipper, det er Rudy.
Hey Rudy, hvad så?
Ikke så meget, bare lige tjekke op på lige at nævne, at jeg har snart en liste klar med nogle ting, der skal gøres. Du er op for lige at se nogle af vores members og prospects inden for det.
Ja, jeg står lige nu og snakker med chat. Rimelig vigtigt. Ikke særlig godt tidspunkt, men ved du hvad?
Oh shit.
Vi kan mødes op på klubhuset en dag, så ved du hvad, du kan sende den til mig som en sms, så kan jeg lige gå listen igennem.
Jeg er stadig lige i gang med. Jeg har lavet den største del af det, der i hvert fald skal laves, men jeg skal nok give dig en sms ind på, hvad der skal laves, så bliver du informeret om det i hvert fald. Men indtil videre, så har jeg i hvert fald lidt småtterier, der skal gøres. Men jeg sidder lige også i nogle møder, men jeg havde lige tid til lige at kunne ringe, men jeg kan forstå, at du lige snakker med Shen lige nu, så...
Ja, det står og snakker lidt alvorligt her, så det er som sagt ikke på et særlig godt tidspunkt, men ved du hvad? Send listen til mig, så vender jeg tilbage til det, når jeg har gennemgået den. Er det okay?
Ja, selvfølgelig.
Alright, cool. Så snakkes vi ved. Hej.
Se, Skipper.
Hey.
I'll give you the full details.
Yeah, well, you did ask me a question, and I feel like I haven't quite answered that. Just a moment. Sorry about that. I had to put my phone back in my pocket. To get the names of the people involved. Now, you do already have the names, so I guess it's a rhetorical exercise in strategizing or whatever the word is, but one of two options would be, well, figure out the policemen who committed the arrests and kidnap them, ask them some questions. That's a high-risk thing because it involves a certain degree of physicality. The other option might be to somehow attempt to access the police database or records. I believe they're all digital in this day and age, which kind of makes it easier, kind of makes it riskier, kind of makes it a mixed bag. If we can find someone with the computer knowledge, they might be able to get the information, but unless it's someone we can really trust, they're just going to, well, if they get caught, they're going to screw us over. There is, I heard, this incident where some guys from, I believe they were part of that group called the Syndicate, they kidnapped a police officer and had her delete some police records. It's kind of a combination here, because you could get could kidnap an officer and have them access the database and then print out a paper with all the arrests on the day Deegan died and the charges of those people, and let the person go. But it's really a matter of either, as I see it, kidnapping the policeman we knew was at work that day. How do we know who was at work? I don't know. Or it's a matter of accessing the police records, which someone with computer skills can either do, or we can could do a combination of the two and kidnap a police officer and make them do it for us. I am personally in favor of the one where we get someone with computer knowledge to do it. I believe there is a girl who lives up in Grapeseed who has some computer knowledge, but I don't know if we can trust her. So that's really the big hang up there, is someone we can trust.
I'd rather stay within the club. I know Crystal has some people she trusts, but I don't know anyone up north that isn't inside the club I can trust.
Me neither, and that's why I'm kind of hesitant about that girl.
But the whole story?
Well,
I let O'Brien, you know O'Brien, new prospect, I think?
Something
Maybe he's just a hang around.
Whatever.
I asked O'Brien to find out who did it. I thought he was a mole. I still think he's a mole. It doesn't matter. I asked him to find out who did it. He came back with the name, Alice Forrest. He didn't mention how he did it. I mean, it didn't take him too long. It was a decent amount of time. It was fine. And then I obviously contact people in prison, to get the whole "we're gonna kill you" kind of thing going. And then they've everyone within Bolingbroke, everyone within the Bolingbroke the part of Bolingbroke we can contact is like, yeah, there's no Alice Forrest here. So either she's out of state, was already moved to some secure location, or she never existed. Couple of those things. I mean, never existed. I mean, that's not bad, but...
O'Brien did a half-assed job and just gave you a fake name and thought you would never figure it out.
Well, I mean, that's kind of, yeah. If she doesn't exist, either the police lied to Brian or he lied to us. If he lied to us, that's terrible. But police lied to Brian, that seems... happens. The second option? What, that she was just in a different facility altogether? It's one murder. It's the murder of a man who is very, very drunk all of the time. She probably could have hit him over the back of the head and he would have died. Because of what his blood alcohol level would be.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I could see her being transferred, especially away from Lost. That makes sense. But I mean, I don't see her being transferred out of the city for murder. Single one. Unless they have tons of stuff on her. Which is, I guess, yeah. Last one, she's in protective custody. That would mean either O'Brien did a half-assed job and literally straight up asked the police to go, asked the police about it, mentioned he was the Lost, and they were like, yeah, we're not gonna let that happen. Or, I don't know, I guess it's the one option there. I don't think there's a second option if she's in protective custody.
Well...
I don't think murderers get sent in protective custody.
No, it's generally where protected custody is for people who snitch.
Yeah.
As I see it, so this Alice Forrester or whatever.
That's the name.
She might be in Bolingbroke, because that's the name that O'Brien found. But Bolingbroke doesn't have any people there under that name.
Well, according to our contacts in Bolingbroke, but they're all on the regular floor. They're not on special witness protection or anything.
You mentioned killing her. I think if this is the girl who did it and O'Brien is sure, then I think it's a job for him, because he's the one who gave us that name.
Don't think he's gonna be able to get into prison.
Yeah, no, we would have to. Well, you know what they say: revenge is a dish best served cold.
Wait until she gets out? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah. Maybe there might be some. Maybe she might be taken out for some interrogation, but that would require us to, get someone to figure out when she's taken out for interrogation.
And that's still balling on the idea that she exists, or is in Bolingbroke at least.
Hey, maybe we could, I have an idea here. Might be a bit of a crazy idea. But, we have some new members. Well, not members, but, prospects. Not just a kid here, but some others I believe you mentioned. The people at Bolingbroke might not necessarily know that they are prospects yet, or become, I always send someone up there without a vest and ask some questions if the person is, if they can visit Alice Forest, and either the personnel at Bolingbroke will say, we don't have a prisoner by that name, or they will go and ask Alice Forest if she wants to be visited, and if she declines, they'll say no, she doesn't want to be visited, and then we will know that she is there. It's also possible that she would say, yeah, sure, I'll have to take a visit her, and then we get to meet her, but I don't think Bolingbroke is going to let us in with any form of weapons, and committing a murder in prison is kind of difficult, generally because visitations, bulletproof glass for that one reason, metal detectors, so they're going to take any guns, knives, anything we bring in, and besides, even if we did succeed at killing her, we would be in prison already, surrounded by armed guards, and probably some internal drama that might cause us to be ambushed in there. So if Alice Forrest agrees to have someone new visit them, or someone unknown visit them, then just feign ignorance and be like, oh, sorry, you're not the person I was thinking, you're the wrong person, sorry, you must have gotten the wrong Alice Forrest. I'm thinking either a prospect would work well, or if we can get a lawyer to do it on our behalf, because a lawyer knows their way in and out of the prison.
That would be the best bet, actually.
Yeah, as a gang we do need to have some good lawyers that is willing to work for us. And this is one of those situations where it might benefit us, because it's not illegal to ask to visit someone in prison, It'll be a different thing if
Just to confirm they exist?
Yeah, I mean, that is the detail we aren't sure right now, that this person exists at all.
That's a good idea. They might already have a lawyer if they committed murder.
Yeah, but not Alice Forrest lawyer, because if we find any lawyer and we ask them, hey, is Alice Forrest your client, they're just going to be like, hey, lawyer confidentiality. We would need to get our own lawyer to go to the prison and visit on our behalf. Because
any lawyers that are more down in the dirt, less pompous a-holes?
Not off the top of my head, I'm afraid. I generally tend to have the strategy when it comes to the police that I don't say anything, and sometimes it works. I mean, earlier we had a raid, I started off saying nothing, and I could say that the policeman was getting irritated by that, and eventually I was like, well, okay, fair enough. Ask me the questions you want answers to, and I'll do my best to answer them. And he had 2 questions for me, and he asked me where I had been, and I told him that I had been out by the ocean side, watching over the ocean, reminiscing about younger days with more hair in my color in my hair. And then he asked me if I'd seen Emily leave on her bike, and I said no, but if I was out by the ocean, that's a pretty big window where she could have left without me being here. So, other than that, play stupid, don't say anything. That's at least what I've tried to do. Unless, of course, it's something where it's just going to make it worse for myself. I mean, if they catch me speeding, it's just like, yeah, I was speeding, so the fuck what? Give me the ticket and let me move on with my life. So I'm thinking if we can if we can find a lawyer we can trust, and most lawyers are the kind of corrupt people who'll do anything for money. So if we can pay them well enough, they'll do with they'll bend over backwards and lick their own ass if we ask them to. But
then we just confirm she's there. I guess that's good to confirm O'Brien isn't lying. But
plus, it might get us a good lawyer in the future. I mean, hey, the kid got arrested, and he didn't end up in prison despite.
Who was your lawyer?
Some random dude.
So you didn't. Oh, so like the police got him?
Yeah, the police got him for me.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not a pro bono lawyer.
Yeah.
By the way, can I borrow $3,000?
Ah, jeez, what do you need that much money for, kid?
I got a fine.
You got a what?
A fine?
Oh.
When do you need it by? Fines are normally months, like you get a month before you have to pay it,
Oh
right?
yeah, I don't have to pay it right now, so it can wait. Maybe when I do a job or something.
You can do a
Instead of
job,
giving
you'll
me
earn
money,
3K
you can
doing
just
that.
put it into the...
Yeah, how much money do you have right now, kid?
Probably about $1,000.
Shit, and how much of that grant can you personally spare right now without starving?
I mean, probably like half for the month.
Shit,
I can live on 500 for a month, I guess.
You know what, kid?
You gonna give him that?
I'm gonna give him a $1,000, but to get him started. But that $1,000 is
If you don't get caught, you'll earn more than
no, I
having
mean
one job.
yeah. I mean the $1,000 is for you. Here you go, kid.
Thank you, Skipper. I mean, it's going to the fine, but I will pay you back when I start doing jobs for you guys and stuff.
But yeah, that $1,000. I think we know if there's a meth lab somewhere around here, if we can get them to produce some meth, or they buy some meth or some weed from them, turn that. Hey.
Rudy,
Should I talk to me?
Yeah, I was talking to you. Take that.
Sorry, Skipper.
Yeah, no problem. Take that $1,000. Sorry, that grand I just gave you, and
Yeah.
we'll see if we can find some meth producers or someone who has some weed. Spend that $1,000 on that money. Anything you can, any profit you can make from that is yours to keep. And I will ask you about the grant again in some time. I have to go out of town for some time. I have some business in North Yankton, so I'll be gone for a bit. But take that money I just gave you, buy some meth or weed. Any profit you can make, yours to keep.
Okay.
The club might have some stuff in storage. You might be able to sell that. I mean, you would owe us a percentage, but you might be able to sell that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I think I'm gonna hit the phone books for lawyers and lawyer companies and check out their reputations. Gonna need.
Go for the small ones.
Yeah.
I think my lawyer was calling me with Nick. He's pretty good.
Okay, I guess we'll search every single lawyer with the name Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gonna hit the. Sorry, go on, kid.
Nah, it don't matter. Just speak, Skipper. Or should I say road captain?
Yeah, just call me Skipper. Kid.
Okay. Right, I'll go to the... Why?
No,
No?
not you. That was too grey.
Oh. I thought you said, can you hear us? But yeah, I can see, can you send that over to Discord? I can see. I can read now. I'm a big reader.
Yeah, no, it's he has a list of quote unquote the lost jobs, and he said he would send it. That's why. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, it was terrible.
Let me take this in character. Yeah, sorry. That was a text message from Rudy. He and we've been considering a list of jobs that people could do, makes us some money, and
That's good.
Yeah, it's got it right here. I just just needed him to send it to a different phone number.
What jobs you got so far?
Let me check.
God, did he send it to your actual phone? He does that so much. He sends incriminating evidence to my phone.
Pickup job for a methamphetamine from drug maker.
Yeah, I think we're getting a new one of those because I think Rudy's been talking to someone about it.
Yeah, sell meth in Sandy Shores. Pickup of guns. Pick up goods for the bar and supplied with beer and different bottles of whiskey.
I'll go to the insurance, car insurance shop to get my bike registered.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, and make sure to wear a helmet.
I mean, I'm probably not going on the bike since it's not insured or registered or anything.
Ah, shit, you wanna borrow my truck?
I mean, I got a little car.
Ah, good.
Yeah, so that's fine. Thank you.
Sorry, where were we? Right, phone. Have it right here. Sell meth, pick up of weapons, pick up supplies for the bar and supplied with beers, different bottles, whiskey, tonics and strong hard liquor. Pick up spare parts for motorcycles and cars.
That's a good one. We do need more parts.
Yeah. Might be able to steal those from that O'Neill guy. Might be also be a bit risky given that the kid there almost got arrested. But I do hear there's a chop shop up by the scrapyard at 954. But yeah, that's the list.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, we have guns already. They're at 2007 across the way, inside a shed. You're a road captain. You're allowed to know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope I didn't tell the wrong person. That would be. Yeah, 2007, next to a shed. Bunch of guns. They don't have firing pins, I don't think. We need to find someone to get those. I don't know how guns work. I know how to fire them. I don't know how.
I have a limited little experience of guns from my time in the army. It's a firing pin is not terribly complicated. I mean, it is just a metal stick that hits the primer on the cartridge. Well, the thing is, you need precision machine tools to make those, or you need to make them by hand, and making them by hand is not a good way to get a consistent quality, and it is something you could theoretically make on your own. It's just difficult without the proper tools, so somehow stealing those machine tools might be a good way to get that.
That sounds like massively times. Where do they have those?
Yeah, I
I
think.
mean, unless they're off in a warehouse somewhere. If we're stealing from a factory, that's going to be. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Maybe.
Yeah. The raid is over. They legally okay. The raid today, I heard about it. You mentioned it before. Actually perfect. You want to hear the super secret? The fact that we got raided today means they can't use a prior charge, which Rudy accidentally did, to raid us again. In the past, prior to today, they were legally allowed to raid us, basically. They had legal reasons to raid us.
I mean, unless.
But because they've done a raid now, they no longer have those reasons. They didn't find the thing, I guess. They didn't find the thing.
Well, unless they get new evidence.
Yeah, but I mean, as long as the club members aren't idiots, which I don't. Can't promise. Maybe, yeah.
But that's also one of the reasons. Well, if we steal that machinery bits and we bring them here and we set up a workshop in here, and the police finds out we stole them, that's that's cause for a new warrant to raid us.
I mean, yeah.
There is also I have to shut up because I'm getting married to an idea right now, you know, like getting attached to it.
Yeah. What's the idea, though?
You know, if we actually did acquire the machine parts and the machinery we needed, we could hypothetically use that to make low-grade weapons, not good quality weapons. We are at best going to make a rudimentary AK-47 at best, but something like pipe guns, single-shot pistols and that sort of thing. And
if we can make them, that is, we spent. The last time we bought weapons, I think we spent like upwards of 100,000.
shit.
And that was from a new buyer as well. The old buyer, which is more secretive weapons, costs more. I mean, but yeah, if we could get single point guns and stuff, that would be amazing.
Yeah, there is also the issue with the situation down in Amazonia. Also means that a lot of the weapons on the black market price went into the air. So
Oh well, I mean, I think I have a prospect, who could make firing pins, just like, well, I mean, for the weight, by themselves without any machinery. Not saying it's going to be amazing, but I mean, if we can't get the machinery, we can't get it. Plus, we're going to sell guns with no firing pins, which I guess we bought, so because it's completely possible. Huh. No, I'll just get someone another day to pick up the van and bring all the weapons down here.
maybe. I think. Let me just recount this. We have that Alice Forrest person. We want her dead.
We know her name.
We know her name.
Yeah.
We don't know if she exists. She might be at Bolingbroke, she might not be. So we need to find someone to go to Bolingbroke who's not super suspicious and try and see if they can visit her there. Maybe find a lawyer to do that, because having a good lawyer is indispensable for us. The other thing is, that list of jobs that Rudy sent me. I think if we can help the kid make that 1 grand into 4 grand, then he has the money for the fine, and I can get my money back. Between you and me, kid can keep the 1,000 he's earned it. As far as I'm concerned, consider it a top on the gift. But oh shit, he's right there. Well, kid. Hey. Well, I guess you just heard that you got a grand for free.
Oh my god, this is the best day of my life.
Well, you got deep shits, kid. Yeah, and you need the money. And besides, you need money to get the rat bike into a proper bike. I mean, sure, it's better than a fucking toy bike like a Sanchez, but
come on, a dirt bike ain't that bad.
Yeah, but I mean, how often do you see the lost member ride around on a Sanchez? It's barely a step up from a Faccio moped.
I mean, I guess.
But not to talk shit about your bike, you're pretty fond of it. But your wet bike, we need to get that sorted out. So I guess you do need some starting cash.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go to the shop soon.
Yeah, focus on paying off your fine. I'll see what spare parts we can find around here. But anyway,
I mean, most of the things I think I can handle myself, you know. I kind of knew a thing or two about bikes, you know.
Yeah, the issue is the spare parts and stuff. We have some lying around, some you might need to buy or acquire
I just
somehow.
took it for a drive, it works kinda.
Yeah, it's noisy as fuck though.
I mean, the only thing is, like, I think I'm gonna spray paint it.
Well, that is a start, but either way. Sorry, I got lost of track of my thought there.
You were mentioning how he earned the money.
Right. Stuff like selling, buying drugs cheap, selling them expensive. If we get a good producer of meth, I know there's a meth lab up by Asgaard, but it's pretty well known. I do know some of the O'Neills know how to produce meth, but it's not something they do a lot. Rumor has it they have a meth lab in their basement, but many of them has gone straight. It's kind of a shame. They were good allies back when they did stuff with us, but now they are more a victim of. Now they're more like the prey of our prey, like today. But get someone who can produce meth, or weed. There's that hobo guy who. There's that hobo guy who claims he has the good weed. In fact, that's where I got the joint for the kid.
We do not. Even if we bought tons of weed, we're not going to have any kind of sale on that. It's much too free and mainstream with hippies selling it, hobos selling it, literally everyone selling weed. We're focusing on that as any kind of avenue to any kind of worthwhile investment is not going to add up.
Kind of. I mean, unless we get a good load and we can sell it under the dispensary price, but that also requires we can get someone who can get it to us that cheap. That hobo guy, Greasy Jonas or something, whatever.
Sounds about right.
He keeps I keep asking him where he gets his stuff. He's kind of tired of me at this point and keeps saying, "Oh, I get it from a wizard who lives in the tallest hill or anthill in the in the darkest pits or something. I don't fucking know." But he says he gets it, consistently mentions this wizard dude. Maybe that wizard dude might be able to supply us with some good weed if we can do something with him. But I don't know. Fucking wizards. What's this?
Find out something about that, or get someone to find out something about it. He's probably just high, and it's probably just
Yeah, I mean, fucking wizard.
What's that one hippie called?
The Greasy Jonas, I think. I'm not sure.
No, not the hobo, the hippie.
The hippie.
Yeah, starts with an S. I don't remember his name. I don't know. Kind of looks like Jesus a little bit, but I mean, he's a hippie and he has way too much weed.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the same guy, except I'm calling him a hobo, you're calling him a hippie.
You might be right.
Green coat with a hoodie, black t-shirt, green baggy pants, boots, and a shoulder bag.
I've only had him described to me, but the shoulder bag sounds right.
Yeah, well, I don't know how trustworthy some wizard shit sounds. I mean, what the fuck is this, Harry Potter and Dungeons and Dragons? Yeah, no, I'm not trusting that shit. We might, however, but yeah, weed, you're saying not good enough payoff, but lower risk than the meth, to an extent. What other avenues? I mean, let me just check that list again. Selling meth, yeah. Pick up of weapons.
The weapons thing is always good. We have tons of weapons. We have a bunch that work. We have a bunch with other firing pins, which we didn't do. I mean, yeah, we can, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to sort it out eventually. We'll set it up another day, I think, because it's getting late in the evening.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't slept for 3 days.
It's because you haven't.
Oh shit, you keep track of that sort of stuff.
I mean, you had a small nap earlier on, but...
Yeah. Anyway, I just came to think of something. We do have that stage out in the back.
Maybe we can host talent shows.
That's a bit too high school for me, but yeah, I essentially host events. Find some of the punk or rock bands. I remember years and years ago, there was this semi-legend concert by the Rockspawn, a rock band. One of the last performances, but they performed there and kind of went legendary because shortly afterwards, well, right after the event, someone came in and kidnapped the Voxspawns, or the Voxspawns, whatever, and brought them up to Grapeseed's place and had them give them a little private show, and then shortly afterwards, the two Voxspawn brothers died, and the only remaining member is their drummer, who's not even the original drummer, but some guy named Bob Duck. Maybe if... but yeah, if we can get some of the hardcore bands to perform out here, it might raise a little revenue by selling tickets. I mean, that is pretty fucking legal.
Maybe it would get revenue.
Maybe.
One interesting idea. I mean, that's a good idea.
It's a legal idea, at least.
Bit snoopy if we allow citizens in, but I mean, yeah. I think we should we need to hire a bartender, open this bar. I think, okay. I don't remember the numbers, but I think Crystal said we make like 12,000 or something a year just from the bar, from alcohol, from people buying alcohol, or from the club members buying alcohol mostly.
Yeah, but no offense, Vice President Xiao. I don't think Crystal has quite figured that one out. So follow the train of logic here, alright? Crystal says we make 12,000 a month on the bar here.
No, I think it's a year, not a month.
Oh, sorry, 12,000.
I think if it was a month, that would be... We wouldn't need to be doing illegal things.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah. But anyway, this bar here makes 12,000 a year. Okay, it's 1,000 a month. Not a lot of money, but the money that we make on this bar, who buys alcohol here?
Us.
Yeah. Where do we get our money? Where do the members and the prospects of the Lost get their money from? Doing jobs for the Lost.
Yeah, I understand.
So where do the money they get from where do the money the Lost gives them come from? Illegal jobs and the bar. So yeah, it's not a profit. It's a circulation.
I mean, I think we should get a bartender and open it up to the public.
Yeah, try to
the bar, and maybe even the mechanics. I think Crystal says she wants to open the bar, but the mechanics outside is more off the road. I don't know.
Hey, speaking of that mechanic, that would be a pretty good place to have the machine tools needed. If we can make it, like I mentioned, for rudimentary weapons, pipe guns primarily.
Are they legal or no? Yeah, I assume they would be legal.
They are illegal. I mean, it's
themselves?
No, not the machines, the guns. No, the machines themselves are legal. I mean, but
that might be hard to get away with. They might. Plus, it's pretty open space.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if we steal those machines, it's a lot of heat on us. If we buy them, we need to pay a lot. It's a high entry cost. But if we get those machines, we can produce We can produce simple firearms. And those firing pins for the guns, we did buy that, like firing pins and spare parts for the motorcycle. So it's like something I think can make a lot of money. Be a lot of hurdles to get over if we get those. But the issue is, how do we get them? Do we steal them, or do we try to make the money the old-fashioned way and buy them legitimately?
So firing pins are just like little metal strips or little metal rods?
Pretty much, it's...
I wonder if we would buy them. Or still just buy that stuff, right? There's a scrapyard.
I mean, you can make it... Honestly, it depends, because it's like the most important part of a firearm is like the firing pin, because it is what makes the bullet fire. Or the cartridge fire. So it's like, it's a cornerstone of the whole construction of a gun. All guns have them, well, maybe except old muskets, but they have a whole different mechanism. But either way, long term we need to get more cash. Short term, we need to figure out if that Alice person is real. And if they have her at Bolingbroke, and
yeah,
I think
mean, we can do the lawyer thing for that if you want to look into it or get someone to look into it.
I'm gonna try and look into it and run through the phone book. and see who shows up, and then I'm gonna check out their reputation, what kind of cases they have handled, and what kind of clients they have represented. We might want to have more than just one lawyer on retainer, but you know, I think that's the first step.
Oh well, just warn every single Lost member to not say anything to the police without a lawyer. I mean, that'd probably save us an amount of money.
Yeah.
They didn't speak to the police.
Yeah, it's generally a bad idea to speak with the police unless it's something where it's like not worth lying about.
I don't know. Oh well, I'm gonna head to the trailer, hit the hay.
Sounds like an idea. I'm gonna do the same thing.
I'll
Take
see
care of
y'all-
take care of VP, and again, kid,
You too, Skipper.
congratulations. I've been staring at my phone this whole time like I'm some sort of fucking teenager. Jeez, I'm getting
Hey,
old.
What's wrong with teenagers?
Well, nothing. It's just, you know, 16-year-old girls addicted to their, I don't know,
I mean,
simultaneously pound or something.
Thank you for RP.
Instagram.
It was very, very fun, and then
Yeah.
very,
chat, snap,
very
and stuff. Anyway,
interesting.
no offense to you, kids. Just, I'm embarrassed, that's all. Anyway, again, kid,
Good night.
good night.
Ja, good night. Nå, nu nåede jeg ikke at sige noget. Nej, jeg skulle bare til at sige... Nej, det er sgu.
Lige OOC. Jeg ved ikke, hvor meget man kan få Watchbike